Hey, what is up, you guys? So last year around this time, I did the books on my physical TBR, and we're going to be doing that again this year. I have a lot of books on my physical TBR. I think I grew even more this year. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it immediately with some books, and I'm going to probably sort them in the ways that I want them together over here because I actually have two shelves I have to put them on. So first book I have is This Woven Kingdom. I got this for $6 in the $6 hardcover section on my shelf, so I figured that was a good deal, and it was good enough for me to purchase, so I bought that. Then I have Serafina by Rachel Hartman. I also got this on a sale at a not local, but it was like a local bookstore of where it was, so I got that. And I have A Study in Drowning. It has really fun sprayed edges, which is really the reason I bought it. Actually, it's the reason it caught my eye. Then I was looking at the plot and stuff, and I liked the plot, so I bought it. I have Welcome to the Fay Cafe by Jennifer Kropf. I really do want to read this. I think it's going to be really, really good. And I have City of Spells by Alexandra Christo. I'm also very, very excited to read this book. But also by that author, I have To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I have Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This will be the first book that I read that's like translated into English. Then I have The Ministry of Time by Colleen Bradley. A lot of these books are new. I just recently bought them, so I have this. Then I have Shatter Me. I only have the first book of this series because it was 40% off for me, so I bought it. I was going to buy this one and then the novella, but they didn't have it in stock, so I just have the first one. Then I have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Then there's Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. Then I have these three books. I've had these for years. I've had these since elementary school. Never read them. It's the Glimmer Girls series. I'm gonna try to find audiobooks for these, which I'm sure I can find and listen to, because I've had them for so long that I just want to be able to say that I've read them in some way, shape, or form. This is the Christy Miller. Oh, they're not even in the right order. The Christy Miller series. I have all of them here. My aunt gave these to me, and I still haven't read them, although I've only had those in my collection for like a year now. I have The Distance to Home by Jen Bishop. I got this at actually my school does like a book sale every year where paperbacks are $1, hardcovers are $2. So I normally buy a bunch of books there. A lot of the stuff that you'll see is from that, and this is one of those books. Then I have The BFG by Roald Dahl. Then I have A Thousand Heartbeats by Kira Cass. I actually know when I'm reading this and what I'm reading it for, so I will be reading this in March probably. So then I have The Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. Then I have Oz, the Great and Powerful. I have the first two Wings of Fire books in the series, which I got at Costco. It's Wings of Fire, the Dragon Prophecy, and Wings of Fire, the Lost Heir. Then I have Wicked. I actually got this year at Costco again, because Costco books are phenomenal. With the Lion trilogy by Francine Rivers. I love this author. I've only read one book by her, which I'm planning on rereading soon, because it made me cry, but I really do want to read these three books. I have Left Behind by Tim LaHaye and Jeremy Jenkins. I have Fablehaven. I have Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine. I have Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. I have The Lord of the Rings. I'm actually going to be reading this year because I found them on audiobook. I just have to wait 2 weeks to get the second one. So I have this. I have The Ash Princess, which I've heard a lot of things about, and then I heard nothing about, and that makes me very interested, and I found this at my school book fair this year. Then I have Journey to Atlantis. I have Ender's Game. I have The Devil Wears Prada by Lauren Weisberger. I also have Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson, which I've also heard really good things about. I have Stuart Little. What is this? Anne of Green Gables collection, every single one of these books. The only one that isn't here is the first one because I've read it, so it's not on my physical TBR. I have Heartless Hunter by Kristen Ciccarelli. Then I have the Six of Crows duology. Then I have Matched and Crossed, Four Dead Queens by Astrid Schultz, Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I have Mysteries of Thorn Manor because I read Sorcery of Thorns. What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. I also bought Maybe Meant to Be. I was going to read it this fall and then I just didn't get to it, so I have it for next fall. The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I have the whole trilogy of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Good Girl, Bad Blood, and As Good as Dead. I have Twin Crowns and Cursed Crowns. Then I have To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I have Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. The first two books of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I turned Pretty trilogy. The One of Us is Lying trilogy, which is One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next, and One of Us is Back. Then I have A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. The School for Good and Evil by Simone Chainani. Remarkably Bright Creatures. I've been wanting to read more literary fiction. I have the first two books in the Artemis Fowl series. Then I have Ink Heart and Ink Fowl. And I also, when I was in grade 6, I believe, I started this book and I never finished it. This is Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. Then I have Princess Ben. Then I have the Emily Winsnap and the Monster from the Deep. I bought this 2 years ago at the book sale again. The Fairy Tale by Stephen King, because the only one left by Riley Sager, A Wrinkle in Time. Then I have The Orphan's Wish by Melanie Dickerson. I have Fable and Namesake, Kingdom's Dawn, and Kingdom's Hope. The C.S. Lewis Complete Collection. This includes Mere Christianity, The Screwtape Letters, The Great Divorce, The Problems of Pain, The Miracles, A Grief Observed, and The Abolition of Man. Then I have Lovely War by Julie Berry. We have Summer of the Sisterhood, Girls in Pants, and Forever in Blue. Kingdom of Ash and Briars. I do want to read this year. Dear Evan Hansen, Grace and Fury, and Queen of Ruin. Then I have yet another $6 hardcover, which is Last Chance Books. Geekerella, The Princess and the Fangirl. These were both $6 hardcovers, and then I paid full price for Bookish and the Beast. Journey to the Hopewell Star by Hannah D. State. I've had this book on my TBR for probably about, this is going to be the 3rd year, I think. Then I have Falling Kingdoms. So then I have Schooled. I have Aragon by Christopher Paolini. First 2 books of the Mother-Daughter Book Club. They Were Kings by Court Stevens. The Black Cauldron by Lloyd Alexander. Then I have Cinder and Glass by Melissa de la Cruz and Snow and Poison by Melissa de la Cruz. Once I Knew and This Life of Mine. A Crown of Chains by Aaron Phillips and A Bond of Briars by Aaron Phillips. Keeper of the Lost Cities Unraveled. If anyone knows me, they know that Keeper of the Lost Cities is my childhood. Well, not my childhood. My middle school. I guess that's my childhood. But, like, my childhood is a very specific era. This is a different era. Then I have Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. I also have The Sisters Grimm by The Sisters Grimm by Michael Buckley. Mary Poppins. Poppins Comes Back. 2 books that I need to read at some point here soon. Let the Sky Fall by Shannon Messenger. I have one in hardcover and one in paperback, which slightly bothers me a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. I need to read these so soon because I really just... There's something about her writing that's very special, and so I want to read these and see. The name of this book is Secret. The Fire Within and Ice Fire. These are 2 books that I read in elementary school that I just want to have a taste of again. American Royals by Catherine McGee. So I have City of Bones, City of Ashes, and City of Glass. Scrap City by D.S. Thornton. The House on Pooh Corner. 4 Pippi Longstocking books. Forgotten Bookshop in Paris. Glee books. I kind of just want to read them to get them off my TBR at this point. So I have The Secret to Dragonholm by John Peel. The Bronze Bone. Confessions of a Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. Night Circus. Beastly by Alex Finn. Legend. And it doesn't Prodigy. Then I have Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales Collection. Kingdom of Back by Marie Lou Romanov. The first 5 books of Percy Jackson in the Olympian series. Harry Potter series. I actually have this whole series. Wild. The Happy Prince and Other Happy Stories. Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Treasure Island. Peter Pan and Peter Pan in the Kensington Gardens. The Wizard of Oz. Robin Hood. The Giver by Lois Lowry. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. The Picture of Dorian Gray. Moby Dick. 1984. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The Iliad. The Odyssey. and the complete novels of Jane Austen is what we're going to finish this video off from books on my physical TBR. This book has Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion, and I haven't read, surprise, surprise, any of the books in this book. So, I don't know how many books that puts on my physical TBR. However, I have an app and it will tell me. So we're going to go check my Fable. I use Fable. 161 books on my physical TBR. So that is a large number. We're gonna try to read a bunch this year. I want to get it at. I want to go back to what it was originally. Before this year, it was like 111. So if I can get to that number, I would be thrilled. I'm hoping I can. So I'm gonna put all of these on my 2 shelves. Okay, so the audio didn't record for this, so I'm coming in after to say thank you guys so much for watching. I know that this is a lot of books that I have to get off this physical TBR, and I hope that you guys will continue watching me throughout this year and see how many books I hopefully don't buy and add, or how many books I get off the TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.